It's Megan Fox today, and looking at her charts and her interactions with Brian Austin Green and Gunmetal Kelly, also, whose real name is Richard Colston Baker. And then I will be going into my relationship advice, of course. And today I've got relationship advice for both men and women. Quite important points for them to think about. Now, Megan Fox. She hasn't been in the news lately, but she has been notable. So a bit about her, she has been in, I think it was quite a few dramas. Like she made her screen debut in 2001, all the way 2001, I think as a 15-year-old, in Holiday in the Sun. And then was followed by numerous supporting roles in film and television. But you didn't really hear about her back then as a teenager. She wasn't well known, and I don't think I ever heard of Holiday in the Sun either as a movie. Then she did Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen in 2004 and had a role in ABC sitcom Hope and Faith. However, her breakout role, as we all got to know her, well, at least I knew of her, was in Transformers in 2007, that blockbuster movie as Michaela Barnes. I think that was such a big movie for people because so many of us grew up with Transformers, the cartoon series, and it was so long, and it was actually it spawned all these toys, or rather I heard a rumor that they actually made the cartoon series to be able to sell the toys. It was the other way around, but it was so long. And for the first time, I guess technology was advanced enough for them to actually do a live action movie of Transformers. And so obviously it was CGI, but the CGI had to be that good. And so it became so popular because so many people wanted to see it because of nostalgia reasons. And I guess, and the movie did extremely well. I mean, look, if you're going to be honest about it and critical about it, it wasn't that good a movie, I have to say, if you're going to split hairs like the storyline. But it was more the nostalgia moment of Transformers. And finally, we get a live action movie. Okay, and she came back and did the follow-up sequel, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, as Michaela as well. But then after that, I think the third one she didn't come back for. And the guy in the movie, he got another girlfriend. They wrote another girlfriend for him. Don't know why she didn't come back. If any of our listeners know, well, let me know. Post it on my Facebook page and let me know. All right. She then also portrayed the titular character in the horror comedy called Jennifer's Body, 2009. Did not hear about that one. And starred as April O'Neil in the live-action film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, that one I did not know. And to be honest, I did not watch those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. I mean, I watched the cartoon series. It was so popular at one point. But not the live-action one. I think the very first live-action might have been in the 90s or something. It just didn't do it for me. And so then I sort of lost interest since then. But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then the sequel in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows in 2016. And then she appeared in the 5th and 6th seasons of the Fox sitcom New Girl. All right, now ever since she looked so hot and sexy in Transformers, I mean, she's been billed as a sex symbol. I mean, and granted, she is very attractive, but I'm not going to say the term. I think you know what I mean. So some people more like, or even on the verging on the edge of a porn starish kind of sex symbol way. So having a look at her chart. Megan Fox. Megan Denise Fox. Now, this is a surprise. Not many celebrities actually use their real names as a stage name when they're acting professionally. So many actually use a stage name. First one comes to mind is like Sigourney Weaver, where I found out that her real name was actually Susan. So I guess if Sigourney wasn't, Susan just did not really have a zing to it. So called herself Sigourney. And I guess one of the very, I think, Golden Hollywood ones was Cary Grant. And I couldn't believe it when his real name was actually Archie Leach. Can you imagine a leading man named Archie Leach? It just does not ring a bell or sit very well. So I guess they get the stage names for whatever, I guess, made the most sense. And in terms of characters and they play and so forth, the persona they want to project. So I guess this was a bit of a surprise that she actually used her real name. Megan, her legal name really is Megan Fox, or Megan Denise Fox. Now, she was born at 12:35 p.m. on the 16th of May, 1986, and in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Now, from her date of birth, that date of birth that I've been able to obtain, her year pillar is Yang Fire Tiger. Her month pillar is Yin Water Snake. Her day pillar is Yang Metal Monkey. And her hour pillar is Yang Water Horse. So she's got tiger, snake, monkey, and horse. Now, straight away, I can see that she has what we call a 3 penalty in her chart. That meaning tiger, snake, and monkey. All right. Monkey is a direct clash with the tiger. And then you've got snake combining with the monkey. So it's like 2 friends against 1 foe. Now, if she had another pig, that would have been the full set of her, the full travel horse set. And that would have been a great advantage for her. So if she's able to encounter a pig in, say, a luck cycle, which looks like she'll encounter in her 50s, in her late 50s, that'll be fantastic for her. That's when she can encounter the pig, and she'll get 5 to 7 years of the period of the pig and 5 to 7 years of success. Okay? Or even in a pig year, when year of the pig comes, or she has but the thing with the years as opposed to the luck cycles is it only lasts for 1 year. Okay, but as opposed to the luck cycle, which is 5 to 7 years. So that's a much better period. Though this luck cycle can be a double-edged sword. Well, it is a double-edged sword because it's fine if you're going through a period that's beneficial for you. You get that longer period. But if it's an unlucky cycle for you, then you're stuck with 5 to 7 years again of that downtime. However, also if her partner has a pig anywhere in his chart as well, that would help her as well, and then she can get the full set as long as she's with that partner. So this is in effect, we can say that then being with that person would uplift you. They've provided something that you needed. And so as long as you're with them, you're going to do better in life. Yeah, generally. Even if they have nothing to do, with your work, in this case with Megan, her career, or if you happen to have a business, they may not have anything to do with it, or have any involvement, but simply because they're with you, and particularly when you're married, okay, your charts are then interlinked, and then you get the benefit from that. But it also works the other way as well. If an element that would be that if you've got, or a sign or branch, what we call it, that they've got is would do you harm, like mess up your chart, or provides a combination that's actually becomes an element that's actually bad for you, then being with that person is actually bad for you. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the other person. They could be a great partner for someone else, for someone that actually needs that element that they've got, that which is bad for you but could be great for someone else. So this is where the readings come in. And sometimes, it like particularly if, say, your chart likes fire. You try to produce fire, but you can't on your own. It just doesn't gel. So if you have a partner with that particular sign that you're missing, it would provide you with that enable you to have that fire, then that's fantastic. Being with that person not only is beneficial for you, but it reaffirms what you are. So you're able to be what you want to be, what you naturally want to be, the chart. However, if someone, a partner, say, has an element in its or a sign in itself is not bad for you, but if it combines with something in your chart that makes you, say, produce water, where in fact that you really want fire, then you're going to want, well, the attraction would still be there because you've got the combination. However, that's changed you now. You're now being like a water person instead of the fire person that your chart naturally wants to be. So, while you might have the attraction and get along, but in effect, it's not in a good way. It's being something you're not. It's just like, you're trying to reach something up there, really reaching. I mean, it's a bit too high. But then if someone is able to just reach for that and hand it to you, you're happy. Or lifts you up so you can go and get it yourself a bit higher, you're happy. But if someone else, you really want that, but hey, no, come here, have this instead. Fix your hand to something else. So you get something else, but you get something, but that's not really what you want. So internally, you're never going to really be happy and never able to be yourself, so forth. And like I say, you can only ever be happy if you're able to be yourself. Naturally be yourself, not try to pretend to be something else that you're not. Okay, now, Megan, she has this 3 penalty. Now, 3 penalty, besides, a pig would give her the missing piece that she wants. And then she'll be a travel horse chart, and then she can able to make more connections and so forth. It's getting her out a bit. But because she's only got these 3, these are more private people. These are more huddled people that don't really want to do much with the outside, so to speak. Now, it seems to be a contradiction because she is an actress and she is in Hollywood and out there, so to speak. But that's the nature of the chart. So what you see on the outside is not necessarily what she is on the inside. She's a different person on the inside. And besides that, looking at her chart, she's more of a changing chart. Like she's got the tiger on the year and she's got the horse all the way on the hour. They want to combine to produce fire, but they're too far away. And so what she actually needs, really, looking at her chart, is someone year of the pig, so it combines directly with the tiger. They love each other. Not only that, she'll get the missing piece, and also being able to combine with the horse as well. So to get her the fire. So someone with a dog or a tiger, another 2 dog and a tiger is best, and then she'll get the fire element that she naturally wants. Okay, but if it's something like, say, combined with the monkey, say a rat or a rat or a dragon, then that produces the water, which is not natural to her. So these are one of the things that when we look at compatibility, we do look at not just Not enough just say so that you get along. Say, hey, she can combine with someone else that produces water. She'll get along, no problem, but underneath that, it's not good for her. So this is the additional step that we look at that goes further than the Western astrology, the Western way of looking at compatibility, because it all goes back to culture as well. Okay, just remember all the tools and the arts develop according to the culture, what the culture deems as important in the culture. I mean, Western culture is more towards love and feelings, whereas Eastern culture is more practical. We look at practical, yes, fine and well, but it's not enough to just have love. You need things to support the love, to support the happiness, to keep the love going. Love cannot be under stress and pressure for it to continue to survive. Just like plants, your lovely flowers in your garden, you have to constantly water it so it can still be alive and still look beautiful and be healthy. Not being deprived of the water or being too hot or not enough nutrients, and so forth. So, and look, to be honest, what causes stress? And what's usually one of the top reasons for divorce? It's financial. It's financial stress. Every survey, it is. And every time there's a recession, divorce rates go up. Why is that? Be realistic. It's all fine and well to say, oh, money should never be an issue. It should be love, and that could conquer all. That's all fine and well, Rosie. But think about it. When you're under financial stress, you're not fun to be around, are you? You're snappy. And every little thing can set you off. And then arguments, it's a breeding ground, a very fertile ground for arguments. Arguments spark off really easily. You argue and then, that's it, I'm moving out. That sort of thing. I mean, does this all ring a bell? I think it's pretty common. So, no, with Eastern culture, we're so practical and we're like, look, to enable the relationship to have as best a chance and the marriage to have a best a chance as possible, you have to minimize financial stress, any potential stress on the couple. So in order to give them the best chance of this marriage succeeding, you want money and health as well. There's a lot to break up when a partner gets ill. It's always an expectation that their spouse looks after them and be caring and all that sort of thing. And that's fine and well, but it does put a lot of pressure on the other partner as well. That they now have to be carer, that their ill partner now cannot do the things that they used to do. Can't go out and be happy and on holidays all the time because they don't have the stamina, they need care. And so extra care, and it limits what the other partner can do now. So to speak, so we have to be extremely realistic about that. So with Megan, going back to Megan, from looks of this, she doesn't really have any combination other than the monkey and the snake combining next to each other then. So we can almost say that she is a changing chart. She wants to be follow the power. She wants the fire if the horse and the tiger is able to combine, but they're too far apart. So it's more a changing chart. Now, looking back at a relationship with Brian Austin Green, Brian is considerably older. Okay, he was born at 11:36 a.m. on the 15th of July, 1973. So from this, his chart, his year pillar is yin water ox, month pillar is yin earth goat, day pillar is yang water rat, and our pillar is yin wood snake. So he's got an ox, a goat, a rat, and a snake. All right. Looking at this, how do they combine? Okay. How do they combine? Well, first off, he's got a rat and she's got a monkey. Now, they're both sitting in their houses of spouse. So they're combining into their house of spouse. So that's all, firstly, a good sign. However, the combination produces water, like I say. Well, what she really wants is fire. So even though, so I can see where they're getting up, how they get along. But also, she's got an extra there's also an extra combination. There's a snake. Well, they both each have a snake. Brian has a goat, and Megan has a horse. So in combination, it's what we call a seasonal fire combination. So there goes. Megan actually gets her fire. So that's good for her being with Brian. However, there's still an element with that water, with combination from the rat and the monkey there. So it's always a bit tenuous, so to speak. And looking back at their love history, we can tell why it was tenuous. Or when it was tenuous, yeah. Now, 2004, they began dating. And at that time, Megan was only 18 years old. And he was like 30. They met on the set of Hope and Faith. So, 2004, that was a monkey year. And that was during Megan's rabbit luck cycle. She's just gone into the rabbit. So the rabbit luck cycle here would have combined with Brian's goat. So Brian's got to produce some wood. So there's an extra combination there. And plus, it is the monkey year as well. So now it's saying monkey is the same house of spouse as Megan's. It's the same sign as Megan's house of spouse. And it also combines with the rat, which governs Brian's house of spouse. So that's why they met and fell in love, so to speak. It combined it with their house of spouse. So that's why when we're looking at when can you meet someone, it's generally when the sign combines with your house of spouse. So that's activated. So any combination or even a clash when you're single would activate your house of spouse. And then you can meet someone. It's a bit different, though, when you're already married and then your house of spouse gets activated. But I'll come to that later. Okay. Now, 2006, they got engaged. Okay. 2006 was a dog year. Now, dogs actually clash with Brian's dragon luck cycle, because at that time in 2006 Brian was coming out of his dragon luck cycle. Okay, and that year was actually when they got engaged, 2006. Now the dog year though combined it with Megan's rabbit luck cycle at that time. And even though the dog year combined it with her tiger to produce more fire for her, but I think the engagement wasn't stable, because in February 2009 they broke off the engagement. Now that time was the ox year. Now the ox combined it with Brian's rat in his house of spouse. So there his house of spouse was activated. So so supposedly they broke off the engagement, but then they ended up marrying the next year. Yeah, June 2010. Okay, now 2010 was a tiger year. Okay, tiger year. Okay, and that clashes with Megan's house of spouse of the monkey. And so, like I say, they weren't married then, so a clash or combination activates the house of spouse that got married. Then I think she might have been the holdout in terms of that and determining when they would marry. During that time, 2010, they were in Brian's rabbit luck cycle. So the rabbit and the rat on his house of spouse, that is a harm. Rabbits and rats are a harm. So they don't particularly like each other. Not a direct clash, but they don't particularly like each other. So that's also some sort of activation, and so that's when they got married. And then they went on to have 3 sons. In 2012, they had a son. That was the dragon year. And then they had 2014, year of the horse. They had another son now. And then 2016, year of the monkey. They had another son. So during those periods, 2014 was a horse year. So the horse is the same as Megan's house of children. So that was a good indication there. And the monkey itself combined it with Brian's house of children being the snake. And also it was the tiger luck cycle as well that Megan was in when she had the children. And the tiger luck cycle combines with herself, her horse in her house of spouse. So that activated that too. So she had the kids then. Now, marital issues. What happened? Now, apparently in 2015, she filed for divorce. Okay. The first time, apparently she's filed for divorce a number of times. But the first time was, in 2015, and that was during the tiger luck cycle. Now, that time, that was in Megan's luck cycle of the tiger, and that clashed with her house of spouse being the monkey. So, understandably, why she did it. And now, 2019, she filed for divorce a second time. Now, 2019 was a pig year. Okay, that's the pig we've been talking about. Now, the pig is actually a harm with the monkey, which governs her house of spouse. So this would have all come from Megan by getting divorced. And also because of a combination with the water, I guess it can be a bit tenuous whether or not they'll stay together. Because on one hand, they've got a combination of what she needs, but on the other hand, also being together it's also something that she doesn't like as well. So it's been a bit of a balance as to what's going to play out, what's going to win. Okay. And then what happened in 2020? They separated and got divorced during that year. Now in 2020, it was the rat year. Now, this is what I said about combinations and clashes being activations of the house of spouse. Great for when you are single. However, when you're married and that gets activated, especially a clash, it's a separation. It puts enormous pressure on the marriage. And even if it's a combination, you can still separate too. So like in this case, the rat year combined with Megan's monkey in a house of spouse while she's married, and that isn't good. And, the rat is also the same as Brian's house of spouse, the rat as well. So that wasn't a good sign for the both of them. Yeah, I guess that's why the pressure was on for both of them, and that's why it didn't work. As I speak, they just finally they just broke off. There was just both of it activated at once, and so it wasn't good. Now, what about her with this Gunmetal Kelly person, whose real name is Richard Colston Baker? Now, he was born at 8:47. On the 22nd of April, 1990. So he's actually younger than her by, let me see how many years? About 4 years younger than her. So from this date of birth, will generate, and his year pillar is a yang metal horse. His month pillar is yang metal dragon. His day pillar is yin fire snake. And his hour pillar is yang wood dragon. Now, from this, here's a changing chart. I mean, just like Megan and also Brian, he's also a changing chart as well. He doesn't have really have any real combinations in his chart. And he's an actor. Megan Fox is an actress. This Richard Colston is a rapper. So they're all in entertainment. So his one is, yes, more of a changing chart. Now, what combinations does he have with Megan? Okay, his house of spouse is a snake, and that combines with Megan's house of spouse of a monkey. And his year is a horse, and that combines with Megan's year of the tiger. So there you've got a half 3 harmony combination and 1 6 harmony combination. So the horse and the tiger do combine to produce fire, but it's only 1/2, and it's all right. Like, she does get a little bit of fire from him, but that's about it. Now, in terms of when they got together, this is an interesting thing. They went public with their relationship in 2020, which was also the same year Megan separated and divorced Brian Austin Green. Yeah. So a bit of drama there. With 3 people in the relationship at one point. Now, 2020 was a rat year, as you know, and that combined with Megan's house of spouse being the monkey. So that was a year of changing partners for her, which she did. And 2020, they had been the rat year. It had some combinations with the dragons in Machine Gun Kelly. Sorry, I've been saying gunmetal. Machine Gun Kelly's chart. I've been saying his name wrong. He's 2 dragons, but that's it. And then locked him into a pattern of water. And you might have heard they have broken up now. The relationship is finished in 2004. They were on again and off again for a long time and for a while. And to me, that the relationship was just not stable. And it's almost like saying, and she's out with him doing all these parties and things. And then in the end, I guess she still has to clean herself up and go home to her kids. To me, it's back to, oh, please. I just feel like telling her, oh, please grow up. You've got responsibilities. Okay, I know the women and people out there, you're saying, oh, you go girl and have fun, and you're not over the moon yet, you're still young and attractive, and saying, but in the end, well, you're still a mother, and you do have responsibilities to your children. And that's why when you have children, you made a commitment, yes, I'm going to be a mother. It's just more than just giving birth and raising. You're actually being almost like a role model for your children. Now, 2024 is a dragon year. And again, it combined it with Megan's house of spouse being the monkey again. Gee, she's having all these combinations, one after the another. It's with Megan's really telling about when they'll combine and when they go, and regarding her house of spouse, combinations and clashes aligning directly with her relationships and marriages. So that's it. I mean, that's probably the reason. Yeah, it looks like that's the reason why they broke up again. She broke up again when we're with him, Machine Gun Kelly. But look, to me, it was always not a serious relationship. If you look at it, she was just being a silly girl and going through a phase. I mean, even though she's still not 40, to me it almost smacks of a midlife crisis. One of those things that people do when they're, I'm going to be this age, I need to do something go out and have fun, my final hurrah, so to speak. Okay, I don't want to age. But hey, girl, you've got 3 kids, that small children that you are responsible for. Even though you share custody probably with your ex-husband, you still kind of, I think she still has them full time, main custody. So there's still responsibilities. And for her, I guess, anything else coming up? No, really. And I have to say, in 2010, when she actually got married, okay, for Megan, does she have any more opportunities? I'd say yes, she does. It was because what's coming up for her is a rat year. A rat luck cycle. That starts in like 2035. So quite a while. Yeah, another like 11 years. And then she's likely to remarry again, or at least have a significant partner. So not all over for her, but you know what? I think it's a good thing that she does have a rest for a while. Yeah. Come out from such a long-term relationship and marriage, and then going and into having a bit of a nonsense with this Machine Gun Kelly. So have a bit of a rest, girl, and you'll have another relationship coming up in about another 11 years. All right, so that is Megan Fox for you.